I'm Justin Brookberg, and I will be defending and summarizing our points for the negative, as well as defending some of our points that the affirmative has attacked. Basically, in terms of the significance claim of inflation, Sharon Agami has stated that if the minimum wage were to increase, employers would be required to pay more money to their employees. Therefore, the employee will pass the extra cost onto the consumer. This means price increases across the board for consumer goods, resulting in inflation. The biggest victims of this brand inflation? The middle class. According to the Pew Research Center, the same research center that they cited in their sources, it stated that 3.3 million workers earn the minimum wage, constituting a mere 2.6% of all wage and salary workers in the U.S. Basically, increasing the minimum wage doesn't help everyone. It's not widespread. It's only 2.6% of all wage and salary workers. It's not as widespread as they say. In terms of their inherency claim with the poverty line, it's been stated that according to research by Kevin A. Hassett and Michael R. Strain, many people who live in poverty do not work at all. Thus, they would be unaffected by the increase in the minimum wage in the first place, making the increase in the minimum wage not exactly helpful for them. In fact, raising the minimum wage doesn't exactly solve the problem for the poverty line when there's already a solution in place. It's called the Earned Income Tax Credit. It boosts the income of low-wage employees through their tax returns, supplementing as an extra piece of income. It's kind of like a negative income tax. The EITC recognizes and respects and rewards the hard work and training provided by low-wage jobs. This Earned Income Tax Credit actually receives bipartisan support as it encourages people to leave welfare for work. And on the point that you can't live off the minimum wage, thus reducing you to poverty, one person working 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, at federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour would earn $14,500 pre-tax. This is enough to put a single earner over the poverty line. This is working full-time, while still being eligible for various benefits like Medicaid, and the Earned Income Tax Credit, therefore increasing their wages even more. In fact, the EITC alone raised the effective minimum wage of a single mother with 2 kids to $10.44 an hour. That's $20,888 a year. And that wouldn't be far, that's pretty far from the poverty line. That's also not counting any welfare or child support that single mother's receiving. And in the terms of their solvency claim, to where minimum wage actually stimulates the economy, that isn't necessarily the case. Depending where we are in the economic cycle, adding 500,000 to the unemployment rolls because of raising the minimum wage, therefore laying people off, that would stunt growth and nudge us towards a possible economic slowdown or recession that causes additional layoffs and pay cuts, therefore downgrading the economy. In fact, in 1938, the first 25-cent minimum wage increase resulted in significant job loss. This caused economic effects so profound that the president signed a law into a bill postponing another increase of the minimum wage.